here we are, another game with OBR, playing Petrifex Elite, Morghast Heavy. Essentially, it's all it is. Very simple. I played an experimental game against myself, playing this exact list. I've changed out an MS spell here or there. But basically, -1 to be wounded on the Morghast. They would get the +1 to hit and +1 to wound from Katakros. It turns him into be very tanky, and with his ability for ignoring the first wound in every phase, can turn these guys into some really beat sticks, and they can hold their own pretty well. But it's very straightforward, very interesting. Got 2 units of Harbingers and 2 units of Archai. Harbingers will be doing some deep strike shenanigans, and the other guys will just be chilling and kind of bodyguarding.
Any command traits or artifacts?
Artifact is the Holy Within 9 +1 to wound. He's the general as well, and he's got Diversionary tactics. Can't be set up within range of him, and fueled by Ghurish Rage at 1980.
And grand strategy is?
Take what's theirs, I believe.
Hello again. Today we got Skaven going up against OBR. We're going to be running a big boy list. It's going to be featuring our general as the Warbringer. He's going to have the recursed armor for +1 to save. Artifact, he's going to have Devious Adversary for +2 to attack's characteristic if he's within 3 inches of an enemy unit during the combat phase. It's not activated. We have Lord Screech there. We're going to combo him for his War Scroll spell with the portals right here, and our stand-in cogs. If you find our cogs, let us know. Can't find it, but it's the same base size. We got Laoshan as well. Combo him with Thankful, who'll be running 2 and 2 right now. Kind of an all-around toolbox guy. He'll be taking the spell Skitter Leap, try and help move some of these other heroes around the board. We'll have a Gracier on foot with Tunnel Master and Skitter Leap as well. Spell for the Warbringer will be Flaming Weapon. And to support them for board control, we'll have 4 independent units of Clan Rats, 1 with spears and 3 with swords. That'll bring us in at 1950 with Tech What's Theirs as our grand strategy. See what we can do here. The idea is to get Screech some additional pluses to cast and send his War Scroll spell through the portals, doing mortals and bringing up Clan Rat units. Something I've been wanting to try for a little while. Kind of a hard thing to do, but we'll see what we can do. Fly around with Thankful on the Laoshan, Skitter Leaping stuff, and see what we can do. Alright, today we'll be playing the Jaws of Galette. We got ourselves all deployed out. OBR has picked this side. They won the terrain roll off. Kind of deployed right on the line there. Got Arcane next to some Arcane.
And the general too.
And the general too. Skaven's kind of bubble wrapping with some Clan Rats. Got Screech over here, Gracier right there, Warbringer and Thankful, and a unit over here, Clan Rats ready. So we Skaven won the, or finished dropping first, so we're gonna let OBR go first.
Cool. I'm gonna take gaining momentum as my battle tactic, and I have 5 command points to start. Alright, so this is the end of the movement phase. We kind of started the charge phase a little bit, but got the -1 to save onto him from -1 to hit Katakros. Drain Vitality off on him and Mortal Contract. Put, I think it's improved Ossification for ignoring the first wound done to these guys in every phase. This guy's kind of moved up, got the bird out to try to, since I have low bodies, I want to try to mitigate the objective control from the mass bodies he has. Katakros moved up, got his aura up a little bit further, dropped these guys down from reserve, and these guys are tagging this objective and protecting Katakros. Rolled our first charge, and we got a 9 from the reserved Archai. Excuse me, Harbingers. End of OBR turn 1, failed my battle tactic because I rolled 5 ones to hit. Even when I was at +1 to hit, 1 still failed. That unit survived. Amazingly, only got 1 attack through, and they warded 1 with the mystical terrain. So failed my battle tactic there.
Clan Rats OP, some reason.
Did a little bit of damage over here. Not a lot. I rolled horrendously on my hit rolls. Guess that was foreshadowing from the good casting phase. So here we are. 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for more, and failed the battle.
Lost 9 Clan Rats after Battle Shock. Can't inspiring presence within 3 inches of these guys. So 9 are gone from that unit, 4 gone from this unit. Taking up an imposing presence, and he's still got 2 guys over there left in reserve.
Something we need to do though is for Mortal Contract here, you did do some damage to them. So
yep, Lord Screech did do some damage.
Nope. So no more wounds.
Okay, Gracier took 2, passed off 1 to the Clan Rats, and
didn't roll a single 6 for exploding either.
Yeah, hopefully that'll change here shortly. Going into Skaven turn 1. Alright, into Skaven hero phase, turn 1. We took our battle tactic of desecrate their lands on the Nullhole over there in enemy territory, and we did some casting. We got Laoshan off with Thankful. We got a Mystic Shield off from Thankful onto the Warbringer. Warbringer's got Flaming Weapon. We attempted Cogs and Skitterleap and Dreaded 13th and Portals and missed, and got all that unbound pretty much. So the only things we really got were Flaming Weapon, Mystic Shield, and Laoshan. See what we can do going into the movement phase. Here are with the end of Skaven turn 1. Moved in, made our charges with Thankful, did some shooting damage, tried to stomp one of these guys off. Did not. He managed to ward enough. In combat, we ended up activating with Thankful first, even though the Warbringer made it in over here, sacrificing Devious Adversary because I was worried that Thankful might die. And one guy did 7 damage to him, so we might have been proved correct on that. So, minus the lack of the ability to put commands to my units within 3 inches of them is hurting me. Over here we went with the Warbringer first. Mistakenly saw that Screech, thought that Screech would still be within 3 inches of the other Morghast, but he was not. So we did not get to activate with Screech. Warbringer took 1 down. Clan Rats did a battle shock, lost basically 1 guy after bringing back D3. We accomplished our battle tactic of desecrate their lands with this Spear Rat unit here, who took this objective as well. So we'll be scoring 1 for the one with Thankful, 1 for 1 with the Spear Rats, and 1 for our home over there. So it'll be 3 plus the desecrate their lands for a total of 5 points to 3. Going to roll off for turn 2. A 1 for Skaven and a 2 for OBR.
Needed it.
I assume we're going into turn 2 OBR.
So Cunning Maneuver was picked with this guy. I gave him Unstoppable Advance, and I rolled a 6 on the run, so attack the objective for the battle tactic. But he redeployed off that movement and got in there, so I had to stack bodies here.
Yep, we got our Clan Rats in there with a little redeploy.
I felt like I was trying to do too many things. I kind of played with a few different ideas this turn, but I feel like I need to just consolidate and get a place to project from. This guy's pretty buffed up. I thought about bringing the other Harbingers in and getting a lucky charge and taking out Lord Screech. Decided against it. So basically just reconsolidated, used reform ranks with him to retreat to charge, pulled these guys across with Unstoppable Advance, decided to leave these guys but threw a Grief Stricken on them from, not Grief Stricken, Punishment of Lethargy. I don't have a token for it, so we use Grief Stricken. So they're -3 to charge, so that'll kind of slow them up trying to get back this way if that's their intention. got the Shrieker off, so they're -1 to their wards. Basically, the main goal of the rest of this turn will be to kill Thankful. He's the #1 priority right now because he's a good buff piece and he's fast with launching and all these other things. So primary objective is to kill this unit and take this objective back, and to kill him. So that's the goal. We're going into the charge phase now.
Okay. And your battle tactic was
Cunning maneuver.
cunning maneuver, and I did have the option of removing an objective. I thought about removing the central objective, but I wanted to keep cunning maneuver as an option for me, and I felt like with my board presence that I could play the stretch game to try and force him to stretch across the board. So that's kind of the call we're going. Thankful is in a scary spot right now.
I went ahead and left the other unit of Harbingers in reserve. I feel like I have a decent enough on the table right now, so those could come in later. It's another threat.
Yep, something else to think about. Here we go. Charges.
End of OBR turn 2. Piled them in to take the objective. Completely flubbed on attacks over there. Rolled a ton of 1s and 2s again.
Thankful ended up with going down to 10 wounds and then healed.
I got the 8-inch charge off on these guys and on him. He didn't flub, he killed a bunch. Arkhan did the majority of the work, he battle shocked off.
Yep,
he did hold this objective, but at the end of the battle shock phase, he brought some guys back on and stole it from me, so kept a point away from me. I guess that's all I got. What you see is what you get here.
Yeah, so
scored 4 points total.
That's going to be 4 points. That's going to bring OBR to 7 to 5, going into Skaven turn 2. And what he was talking about here is the Clan Rats D3 model return at the end of the battle shock phase. So this unit did not suffer battle shock test this time. Took no damage, but they did bring D3 back, and they crawled their way towards the objective. So use that to your advantage. Squeeze whatever you can out of the squeakers.
Yeah.
Skaven going into bottom of turn 2. Alright, ended the hero phase for Skaven, bottom of turn 2. We did some casting, got a Mystic Shield off on Thankful. He went for the Dispel and got it on the Shrieker. So we got that off the table. We failed Flaming Weapon because Arkhan said no to that. We got Arcane Bolt off on the Warbringer. We did get the portals off with the Grey Seer, but we did not get the Dreaded 13th off with Screech. We did choose a knowledge area to make him -1 to hit to his next hero phase, and we did heroically recover 2 wounds with him, so he only has 3 taken. We used Laoshan to move the Grey Seer over here and plinked off the mortal wound taken from it on these Clan Rats with his 3-up shrug. And we're kind of setting up to move into the center and see what we can do. Like we're still kicking over here somehow. So
something's right.
Battle tactic we chose was eye for an eye. Going into the movement phase. Into the charge phase for Skaven turn 2. Bottom of turn 2. Made it in with the Warbringer, tagging Arkhan. Screech got in. We failed our stomp on the Morghast, but we did get a roar off on him. He's going to be pretty difficult to take down. We'll see what we can do. And we got roared back by Arkhan to the Warbringer. So here we go, into the combat phase. End of Skaven, turn 2. We did a whole lot of nothing and took a whole lot of something. So we failed our battle tactic because we couldn't even kill. We attempted with the Warbringer. We put all the glaive attacks into the Morghast here. We did 1 wound from Arcane Bolt that he had on the D3. And actually we did 2. He warded the first, not warded, but ignored the first wound because of his buff. Arkhan did 7 damage back. The Warbringer did no damage to Arkhan or the Harbinger, or the Morghast, rather. So then we decided, let's put Screech into the little hero. Surely he could do 5 wounds. Well, no, he did 1, and he ended up with a total of 10 now. So, failed the battle tactic. Thankful did, however, teleport over there to safety and has his Mystic Shield and his ring of clanny boys. We'll return another clan rat over here to that unit. And Thankful is going to continue to heal his wounds back. He's at 6. At the end of the combat phase, he heals. He just healed 2. So our score is now 8-7 in favor of Skaven as we fail our battle tactics on the way to someone winning or losing less than the other. Alright, Skaven wins the potential double turn. Probably should take it, see if we can do the damage that we should have done in 1 turn over 2 turns.
I'll see.
End of Skaven, hero phase, turn 3. You'll notice that Lord Screech is not there. He had to be punished because he has failed his dreaded 13th and pretty much everything else in his life. So we got off grinding Teeth of Galette with the Gracier over here with his 3d6. He got it with a 13. He took d3 and he almost killed himself in the process. And then we rolled our 4-ups for everybody over here, and Screech was the only one that got the 4-up. And then we rolled 6 on the mortal wounds and we only awarded 1, so he died. So worth it though. But we got our battle slippers on. Gotta take care of your feet while you're standing on end rolling horrible dice rolls. Alright. But we finally scoured our general here. We chose our battle tactic as this one's mine. See if we could do what we couldn't do last turn to him. We got a Mystic Shield off and Death Frenzy. So he might be able to do something. We move Laoshan over there. I think we got an Arcane Bolt off, just cuz. And our battle tactic, we said gaining momentum. Let's see if we can kill the one guy. End of Skaven. Charge phase. We got some clan rats in. The command trait, what's it called again on the little guy?
Diversionary tactics for -3 to charge within 12.
Diversionary tactics there for -3 to charge is hurting me. Thankful did make it in despite it. These gentlemen did not because they're actually -6, we said.
Yep.
And these guys didn't make it because of the -3, but we command point it because now we need to hold this objective to be able to hold more, gaining momentum. Excuse me, this one's mine is the battle tactic. So here we go, see if we can do something with it. Katakros we can slap up on Thankful. End of Skaven, turn 3, top of turn 3. We did not do what we needed to do to kill this gentleman here. We did no damage from the Warbringer, who was all hyped up. We're disappointed in him, so maybe we'll have the Gracier kill him off next. The clan rats, though, they went in. They did 1 wound to Arkhan, and then he healed it. So they tried real hard, but they did do 1 wound, even though it was healed. They did more than the Warbringer. Thankful died in 1 profile in Katakros, which honestly didn't really surprise me.
2 explosions at -3 rend for 3 damage each. It was rough.
Yeah, just went straight through his saves. Had to roll like 12 wards or something like that. Didn't roll enough. He already had 6 on him anyway. But this was our final push to try and get some points. I think I misspoke last and said that my battle tactic was gaining momentum, but it was actually this one's mine with the General Warbringer on this guy single model that we've been trying to kill for 2 turns, and we failed it again. So we'll be scoring 3 points, 1 for 1, 1 for 2, and 1 for more. Bringing us to 11. 11-7. Skaven up. Going in the bottom of 3 for OBR. The battle of the pool noodles continues. I don't know who's winning.
It's hard to say. Bottom of turn 3, OBR's turn. Desecrate their lands on this objective. Terrain feature. Moved up. Arkhan used reform ranks and retreated over here. He's potentially going to end up charging. I brought down the unit of Morghast in the sky, and an Arcane Bolt off, and everything else was dispelled. But here we are. he's got +1 to rend from him.
From the general.
Yes.
Was it the Ossifier? Is that what it's called?
Mortec Ossifector. Mortisan Ossifector.
Morticia.
I know.
You should paint him or her like Morticia from the Addams Family. Just lean into it hard.
Yeah.
Well, hello there.
I was goaded into charging Katakros in. He said, I think it's a trap to be metal combat. And me. My name's Seth and I'm a fatty cake. Outside of 3. He rolled an 8, so did they. They had to re-roll because they rolled a 3. They're going to attack at the top of the turn. They're wholly within 12, so they're about to get an extra attack. Because. So yeah, this is looking up. Oh, I forgot. I need to charge with them.
Yep, charge them.
Charge on them.
Here comes 8. I'm calling it.
It's a 6.
Haha. You already CP re-rolled something,
Yeah,
so.
I don't need him. I don't think.
Haha. I told you to send Katakros into the Warbringer.
That's thankful, and look what happened.
You one-shotted him? With Katakros?
Not over there!
You gotta send the caddy into him.
Oh my gosh.
Let's find a shack for him.
Alright, spend a command point.
What you drinking over there? What are we fueled by today?
Not a sponsor.
Not sponsored, but fueled by.
It was free, so the price was right.
Little Jabba there.
Yeah.
Curious on any of your favorites? Going into the combat page, you said?
Yes, that is correct. Bottom of 3, finished OBR's turn. Stuff died. A lot of stuff died. Finally successfully completed a battle tactic. Finally got 5 points in a turn. Katakros did, what did we say, 19 damage or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
We rolled it all the way out.
Yeah, went into the Great Seer.
Arkhan couldn't make it in. You can only make it in with 1 weapon profile, 2-inch reach. Roll a 1 with this 1 attack.
He deserved it.
He probably did, let's be honest.
The Warbringer got killed and death frenzied out trying to kill this Morghast here. Yeah, it did 3 damage. There we go. He's still standing. Clan Rat unit battle shocked off. And the blue Spear Rats are where it's at. Hide in the corner, holding down the non-existent objective.
The Spear Rats that we wrote off at the beginning of the game is being killed by the Harbingers. They're holding fast. They're tenacious. Don't underestimate Spear Rats.
There we go. So roll off for turn 4 to talk it out. I got a 1, you got a 6. OBR would take it. Are there any battle tactics you could score?
Probably not. That's the weakness of this list. There's really nothing else.
I would remove an objective. It doesn't really matter.
Do this one's mine, but
move this one over here in this left-hand corner.
Mike could do this one as mine. Can't do an eye for an eye. That looks like really the only one I could attempt, and I don't think I could really do it.
Maybe on turn, maybe the next turn on 5. You got a battle.
Yeah. Do. Everything's either Gothizzar, Harvester, Base, Cavalist, Death Rider, Mortis Guard, Morticians, Mortec Crawlers, Necropolis Stalkers. I don't have any of that. No, I can't do that one either.
Alright, so you would score 1-2 more.
Yep.
Probably kill or tie up the Clan Rats this turn. I would not get any more points, I don't think. So that would get you at least 3 points for the 4th turn, pushing you up to 15.
And I keep something in your
And
turn.
then another for the turn 5, another 3 points, but no battle tactic, pushing you up to 18. And you'd need to take what's theirs for the grand total of 21. 18. Moving up, plus 3, 21. We can do math around here. So final score, 21 to 11. OBR wins. Skaven squeaks into nothingness.
Interesting lists on both sides. A little off meta for y'all. A little something fun. I still think I'm amazed at just how tanky and how survivable the Morghast can be in this variation. They don't have the model return, but it's hard to lose a model because 6 wounds with +1 to save that you could stack 2 more pluses on top of if you needed to, or add a ward to it with a base 5 up ward. If your orders are right, they stick around. And if your save and ward rolls are good, there seems to be not going anywhere. I only lost 2 models the entire game, which is crazy.
The peanut gallery back there agrees with craziness. And there we go, signing out. I'm not too much of a fan of the Vermin Lord builds. Generally, I like Thankful usually, and other assortments of MSU stuff. Everybody's always ranting and raving about the Warbringer, but not too excited about it. How do you run him? I ran him with the more tankier version with the recursed armor, with extra +1 to save, but most people would use the Warpstone Charm for the extra rend. I don't know if that would have helped. Might have helped a little bit more to punch through the save stacking, but who knows? We had some pretty bad rolls swinging back and forth on both sides.
Definitely.
And then we killed Screech with our own spell, but he had it coming after his performance. So there you go. Beware, you will be knocked off if you are not performing in this rat
Sleeping
unit.
with the fishes,
Yeah.
so to speak.
No squeaking by in this army. Signing out.